Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Grady Physics. So this is part 2 on chapter motion in a plane. In this video, we will talk about our next 3 topics, which are addition and subtraction of vectors by graphical method, resolution of vectors, vectors addition by analytical method. So let us start the video with our first topic, which is addition and subtraction of vectors by graphical method. Recall that a vector is a quantity that has magnitude and direction. For example, displacement, velocity, acceleration and force are all vectors. In one-dimensional or straight line motion, the direction of a vector can be given simply by a plus or minus sign. Motion that is forward to the right or upward is usually considered to be positive, and the motion that is backward to the left or downward is usually considered to be negative. Similarly, in two dimensions, a vector describes motion in two perpendicular directions, such as vertical or horizontal. For vertical and horizontal motion, each vector is made up of vertical and horizontal components. In a one-dimensional problem, one of the components simply has a value of 0. For two-dimensional vectors, we work with vectors by using a frame of reference, such as a coordinate system. Just as with one-dimensional vectors, we graphically represented vectors with an arrow having a length proportional to the vector's magnitude and the pointing in the direction that the vectors point. As you can see in the figure, shows a graphical representation of a vector. The total displacement for a person walking in a city. The person first walks 9 blocks east and then 5 blocks to the north. Her total displacement does not match her path to her final destination. The displacement simply connects her starting point with her ending point using a straight line, which is the shortest distance. Here, we use the notation that a bold-faced symbol, such as D, stands for a vector. Its magnitude is represented by the symbol in italics D, and its direction is given by an angle which is represented by the symbol theta. Note that her displacement would be the same if she had begins by first walking 5 blocks north and then walking 9 blocks to the east. So the head to tail method is a graphical way to add vectors. The tail of the vector is a starting point of the vector, and the head or tip of a vector is the pointed end of the arrow. The following steps describes how to use the head to tail method for a graphical vector addition. So our first step is, which is let the x-axis represents the east-west direction. Using a ruler and protractor, draw an arrow to represent the first vector, which is 9 blocks to the east, as you can see on the figure. Now let the y-axis represent the north-south direction. So draw an arrow to represent the second vector 5 blocks to the north. Place the tail of the second vector at the head of the first vector as shown in. If there are more than 2 vectors, continue to add the vector head to tail as described in step 2. In this example, we have only 2 vectors. So we have finished placing 2 arrows tip to tail. Draw an arrow from the tail of the first vector to the head of the last vector. This is the resultant or the sum of vectors. Now, to find the magnitude of the resultant, measure its length with a ruler. When we deal with vectors analytically, in the next section, the magnitude will be calculated by using Pythagoras theorem. To find the direction of the resultant, use a protractor to measure the angle it makes with the reference direction. In this case, the x-axis. When we deal with the vectors analytically in the next section, the direction will be calculated by using trigonometry to find the angle. So this is the above method which used to calculate vectors addition. Now we have to see how we calculated vector subtraction. So vector subtraction is done in the same way as vector addition with one small change. We add the first vector to the negative of the vector that needs to be subtracted. A negative vector has the same magnitude as the original vector, but points in the opposite direction, subtracting the vector v from the vector a, which is written as a minus v, is the same as a plus minus b. Since it does not matter in what order vectors are added, a minus v is also equal to minus b plus a. This is true for scalars as well as vectors. For example, 5 minus 2 is equals to 5 plus minus 2, which is minus 2 plus 5. So, the global angles are calculated in the counterclockwise direction. The clockwise direction is considered negative. For example, an angle of 30 degree south of west is the same direction the global angle 210 degree, which can also be represented as minus 150 degree from the positive x-axis. Now move to our next subtopic, which is rectangular components of a vector in plane. The vector A may be written as A is equals to ax I cap plus ay j cap, whereas ax I cap is a component of the vector A in x-axis direction and xy j cap is the component of a vector in the y direction. Also, ax is equals to a cos theta, where ay is equals to a sin theta. Therefore, now putting all the values of ax and ay in the above equation. So we got a cos theta I cap plus a sin theta j cap, where a cos theta and a sin theta are the magnitudes of the components of A in x and y direction respectively. Also, we can written this in this form. Now move to our next second subtopic, which is rectangular components of a vector in 3D. So there are three components along x, y and z direction are given by ax I cap, ay j cap, az k cap. Therefore, vectors may be written as ax I cap plus ay z cap plus az k cap and under root of ax square plus ay square plus az square. If alpha, beta and gamma are the angles subtended by the rectangular components of vector, then cos alpha is equals to ax upon a, cos beta is equals to ay upon a and cos gamma is equals to az upon a. Also, cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equals to 1. Now move towards the quotients of rectangular components of a vector in 3D. So our first question is, do not resolve the vector as its head. The vector is always resolved as its tails. So this is the brief discussion about vectors addition and subtraction by graphical method. Now move to our next topic, which is vector addition by analytical method. So adding two or more vectors is called vector addition. What is a vector? Any quantity which has magnitude along with direction is a vector. Some of the examples of vector quantities are displacement, velocity, acceleration, force, pressure, etc. Mathematical operations can be performed between two or more vectors. In this article, we will learn about the vector addition of two quantities using the analytical methods. First, we have to know what is vector addition. So, the process of adding two or more vectors are called vector addition, depending on the direction of the vector. Vector addition is also categorized into two types, and they are parallelogram law of vector addition, triangular law of vector addition. So consider a vector A and B move towards tail to head. So the method of vector addition is chosen based on the arrangement of the head and tail of vectors. If two vectors are arranged head to tail, the triangular law of vector addition is followed. And if two vectors are arranged head to head or tail to tail, then the parallelogram law of vector addition is followed. So first we will read about parallelogram law of vector addition. If two vectors are arranged head to head, tail to tail, then the parallelogram law of vector addition is carried out. Now, the statement of parallelogram law of vector addition is, if two vectors are considered to be the adjacent sides of a parallelogram, then the resultant of two vectors is given by the vector that is a diagonal passing through the point of contact of two vectors. Now move towards the method of parallelogram law of vector addition. Stepwise vector addition of two vectors using parallelogram law of vector addition is given below. Step 1. Consider two vectors, vector A and vector B. Now bring the tail of vector A to the tail of vector B. Here the direction of vectors is not changed. Now in step 3, draw lines parallel to A and B with the same magnitude in a way to complete parallelogram. Join the point O and R by a straight line with an arrow pointing towards the R. This is diagonal to the parallelogram, and this is the resultant vector R, which is A vector plus B vector is equals to R. So this is the method how we solve our parallelogram law of vector addition. Now move towards the triangular law of vector addition. If two vectors are arranged head to tail, the triangular law of vector addition is carried out. And its statement is, when two vectors are represented by the two sides of a triangle in magnitude and direction were taken in the same order, then the third side of that triangle represents in magnitude and direction the resultant of the vectors. So this is the statement of triangular law of vector addition. Now move towards the method. Stepwise vector addition of two vectors using triangular law of vector addition is given below. And our first step is, consider two vectors A and B. Bring the head of A vector to the tail vector of B. Here the direction of the vectors is not changed. Now join the tail of vector A to the head of vector B by a straight line with an arrow pointing towards the head of vector B. This new vector is the resultant vector C. A vector plus B vector is equals to C. So here we describe both the laws, which are parallelogram law of vector addition, and our second one is triangular law of vector addition. Now move towards a question which is most important, and the question is, why vector addition is important? So the answer is, in physics, vector quantities like force interact with each other and produce a resultant effect on the objects upon which they are applied. Since the impact of all these forces is taken into consideration when finding the nature of motion of the system. So in order to find the resultant of these forces, operations such as addition, subtraction and multiplication are required to be performed on these forces. So we will complete our next three topics, which are addition and subtraction of vectors by graphical method, resolution of vectors, vectors addition by analytical method. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. If you like it, then please subscribe my channel.